Yo, I'm gonna have to go put me some air in here because I'm getting hot.
Okay, I'm gonna do it now then.
Okay. Hey,
Okay.
hey, Yolanda Rivers. Let me first say it is not my birthday, you guys. It's not my birthday. Ain't no way in the world it would be my birthday and you guys didn't get a flood. You would have known it was my doggone birthday. It's Anita Baker's birthday. It's Anita Baker's birthday, people, not mine. Just Anita Baker. And I just was doing, I was so good at, if I'm that doggone good, I got y'all believing in my birthday. Darn. I'm like, no, it's, thank you. It's Anita Baker's birthday, and I felt I would embody her whole being. Go get me a hot Anita Baker wig and jazz it up real good like she do and come on here and give you a Honda. That's what I thought. Sheikah Mayo. Hey, Eric McCall. I ain't seen you in God knows when. Hey, Yolanda Rivers. I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you? 218, Sheikah, you know it. Ain't nowhere in the world no 218 would have done went through and ain't nobody, and y'all didn't know it was the Queen birthday. Just stop. Better be glad I ain't got a whole lot of money because I had a whole lot. I have a doggone parade. I have a parade. Poach Chop and them be coming through with their cars. Yeah, I would. All of them be coming through with their cars. You know what Poach Chop and them do? I have them doing that. I sure would. I have little kids dancing and everything. What's going on, Johnny Morgan? How you doing, Henry Ryans? Sheikah! Baby, I like it nasty, nasty. It's getting closer and closer. I like it nasty. Well, I do. Let me get this doggone thing up for my ace right here. Nuja!
What's going on, Poison Ivy?
You know, it's always something going on with Poison Ivy.
I know that's right.
Something with Poison. When you ever known it ain't nothing going on with me? That ain't nothing going on with me. There's always something going on with me. Yes, I be saying something. I love it. Give me Nuja set up. Okay. So if you have access to my Zoom, I just unlocked it, so the one is running and everything. So I want to make sure that I say, what's going on, Tara? I know you just text me, love. You know I love you. I was on this doggone live, so I try to text my friends back. What's going on, Jay Mills? Is it Jay or Joy? Let me go back. What's going on, Tom McKinney? I think it's Jay Mills. Chatar, where, babe? What's going on, Antonia Brown? Minna! You love this, don't you? I did that, Anita Baker. God, this all Anita. Look at this. I slugged this wig down so good. So tight. Look at it. You love it. I love you too, Shatari. So I got my baby on the other side, and I always call him my baby because we family. We be together most of the time. If we in Louisville, we always run around doing something. If it wasn't out down at the club, if it wasn't over at somebody's block party, whatever it was doing, Nuja, we're going to be around one another when it get down to it. We're going to have us a good time. So thank you, Minna. So I just wanted to make sure that I came on and gave them some love because he's recently been married a while, and I wanted to give him some love tonight because I want to talk about marriages and I want to talk about life and everything that we do and how we jack it up and then how we fix it up. So I wanted to get into that with him. And no other better than him. He been a boss. All I know anyway. You feel me? So I got him on the other side. And if you have my Zoom, you're more than welcome to go to that platform and view it. If not, you could just watch it from here. But again, it's not my birthday. It's Anita Baker's birthday. Ivy's birthday, the queen, is 218. And it would be no way that you wouldn't know it. I promise you. You would not miss my birthday. Thank you. So that's what that was. So I want to make sure you guys know what was going on with that. How you doing, Miss Sheila Terra and Miss Martina Thomas and Kelly? If I say your name wrong, I'm sorry. Hey, Cassandra, why you know I love you? Let me tell you something, Nuja. Now, when they be saying stuff, you got to give me just a minute to hear what they say and then tell you too, okay?
Hell in your business. Okay,
so I got Nuja. I'm going to let him introduce himself. He don't need me to do all the talking. He a boss. So, Nuja, Tell them who you are. Tell them who you are.
Yeah. Well, everybody, this is Nucci, but my real name is Fred Walden. Everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody know me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really don't have too much introduction to say.
Right.
We
Now
need to
this
get this show on.
this ain't just Jefferson County. This all over in Guana. I got men calling me from Guana. So everybody don't know you because this worldwide. I'm global.
I see.
Exactly, baby. So you need to tell all of this right here, a living legend.
That's right. They call me Big Nooch.
Big Nooch. That's what they call me.
Want to get on down to the basics.
Okay. So now I want to start from our high school days first. I want to go there. No, you was off the chain. You always was doing something you ain't had no doggone business doing. With my
cousin, right. You right.
You come up rough. Was that just by choice or you felt you had to be rough?
Well, my neighborhood I come from and grew up in, back then in those days, it was real, real rough. And I was a hard-headed kid. As everybody say, I was a dog. I chased women, I ran women, I done it all.
Hold on one second.
You know
Anaya Marshall, is that your daughter?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Okay, well, your daughter is giving all kind of shots out to her dad. And she hollering, hey, daddy. So make sure you know, she hollering, hey, daddy.
What's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, baby?
I'm coming to you.
He coming. So
I'm proud of her.
So when we used to be in the quarter and all that stuff, you just down and wildly everywhere. You were just out the chain. But I'm glad to see that you did clean that up a little bit and you've come into a well-rounded young man. We all have had our days where we were wild and did the things that we wanted to do, but I see that you've contained that. How was that? How was you able to contain that without getting in any trouble? You know, most of our people, if we did not watch our steps, we either ended up in the cemetery or some of us has ended up in prison for long stints. So what made you realize as you continued to grow up that you had to kind of change something? What made you see that?
Well, the business with you really put a change in my heart is my second bid. I think my second bid. Not my first bid in prison, my second bid in prison. Okay. I just sit back and watch cry. Life away, life sentences and going back and forwards into the system, you know, and I just sit back and watch and say, where am I going to be in 5 years from now? Or I got a daughter to take care of. What am I doing? You know, so I caught a grip of myself. Right. I kind of fight myself the second bid of prison. It was a kind of wake-up call. And, you know, quite naturally, that's what it took for me. Not saying what it take for the next man or the next person, but that second prison bid, that's what it took for me to change my life.
Right, right. Now I worked there.
And I got closer to God. I got closer to God also.
So it's hard days in prison. People think that when you go to prison that you're just having fun and all this stuff. But when I worked there, it's a very trying time. I mean, those years are not, they don't go by the same way they go by when you're free. Them days are long. So when
you're right, and it's rough.
I be troubled with their mindset because you couldn't tell me that you want to spend your days there. So I'm glad that it didn't take a long time for you to see that.
It's like the Vietnam War.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that's what I had for that because I wanted to know about that. Now, as time went on, I know you used to be dealing with them cars. Y'all used to be out there racing cars because you know me. I was always with some men somewhere. We were drag racing. We all down at Jackson. We down here in Jackson, South Carolina. We doing everything because I was always in something where I was probably shouldn't have been, but I was there. And I know that that's just the area. That's what we did. So you still do that? Do you still have that passion for cars and stuff like that? Or have you migrated to something different?
Well, I do, but I kind of migrated into playing cards. I like to gamble. You know, I'm fascinated by getting money. I'll put it to you like that.
And do you win?
And all the time.
You win all the time.
That's what I do.
Well, man, you need to go to Las Vegas together.
My wife's been on my butt lately, so I haven't gambled in about 3 or 4 months.
I see my partners done jumped on here, that doggone Jeff Baker. He know I'm trying to get him. I want Jeff on my show, period. And that's got to happen. Won't be no other.
That's my man. Jeff Baker, my man, I've done quite a few times with him. I was locked down with Jeff a couple of times. And
he's a
me
sweetheart.
and him took care of business.
Really? He's a beast now. I don't care what nobody say. You say Jeff name, that's a living legend. It's certain names you just cannot say if you act like you don't know that they living legends. He is. And when you say Jeff Baker, you say this one, that, those people resonate because they carry that way. And I mean, I've always had an awesome relationship with him and I love him dearly, but he coming on this show. If I say
I like to salute him. I salute Jeff Baker. Me and him, we tag team on a couple of them cats when I was down. You know, but not because, see, he's from Rennes and I'm from Louisville. When all that was going on, cats still had their respect. Certain cats you don't bother with.
Don't.
You understand what I'm saying?
Family, because
he was one of those.
Family coming. You might well get ready. Right. You fight a lot of people today.
That's right.
You sure is, and tomorrow. A lot of them you be fighting all week. So you might not all of that extra. You got to know people family when you go running up on them. Hey, dang, y'all act slow. But yeah, he coming. I'm gonna get him somehow. Look at Alfonso Davis. What's up, Skip? He know I love him. I love you too, Skip. You know I love you. I know you got me, Jeff. We always been down. Ain't nothing gonna change that. So you know, but I'm definitely getting you on here. But Nucci, what is it for you that you feel is the most misunderstood thing about you? People perceive you to be a way that you aren't. I'm going to get these questions out of the way because then I'll go into your new life being married and stuff. But what is it that people perceive, you know, like sometimes people say once a player, always a player. Do you feel you've changed and you've modified things to a good standpoint? Or what is it that we still get misunderstood about you?
Okay, I'm going to be real with you. I was a tough kid back then. I was a bad kid. And like I told you before, I ran women, you know, but all that has changed. You know, my life has changed. I took a toll of myself. I found God, you know, but I've been slipping pretty lately by going to church, but I'm going to get myself back together. That's another story.
Right.
But a lot of people is misled about my past, you know. It's good in a way because I got a bunch of street cred. But then again, when it comes to getting jobs or promotions on jobs, that's what people kind of judge you by.
They do.
Or judge you on, you know. They don't let go your past, you know. But I done grew up, I done got better. I got a grandchild, and we'll talk about that sooner or later. I got things to live for better than trouble or get myself into trouble.
I think that's what makes a difference when you realize that you got things to live and die for that you don't want to leave here. You know, so because like before when we were younger, you could just set it off if you want to set it off. But now you got homes, and you got careers, and you got grandkids, and you got so much more to worry about from that one wrong choice. So I think that does it for a lot of people. But let me just get some of your fans because I got my friends on here. So I know I got you, Jeff. You know, I got you. I'm going to look at it as soon as I get up here and I'm going to get that down pat. And let me see. What's going on, Apollonia? Going hard, girl. You know I love you. He too direct. That's one. Your daughter say you too direct. She said that's one of the big miss. You just too direct. Laugh like that, like you always do. What's going on, Travis Johnson? I love you too, Alfonso. You know it. What's going on, Keisha Williams? Hey, Tommy Howard. What's going on, Mary Purdy? What's going on, Bunky? You want Concord? I got this Louisville crowd in the building. Look at Bunky. Yeah, all right. You know how we do. I get the privilege because my family from Louisville, my family from Wiley, but I was in Rennes. So that's how come I can be bi-coastal. I can just gravitate to any of these areas and still be a boss because that's how we do it around there. That's solid like that. Yeah. Because I used to be saying, well, I ain't worried about you jumping on me in Wiley. All my family down there. Louisville. Oh, that's where my mama from, Louisville. So Rennes. But I had some good people in Rennes that were gonna back me up too. So that's how that go. But still got to know people, folks. It's just too much going on when you don't know people. What's going on, Christine Jordan and Michelle Ponda Nelson? How y'all doing? So and what's going on, Benita? You know, I ain't seen you in a minute. You know, Nucci ain't talking about. He always acting like he a ball bunky. That's what he do. Say, hey, Nucci. But I want to know.
Hey, how y'all doing?
I want to know some good tea. Now I heard you was a player a time or two. I did, but I want to know what changed you to make you get married and why you chose that woman. What was the breaking point for that? Because Everett, you know I love you. What was the breaking point? Because when men be done been men and they break for one woman, I want to know what changed you. Because you know.
Okay. Well, really, what changed me is I got tired of dogging a woman. I just put it to you straight raw.
Please
You
give it
know, cheating on her, staying out late at night. She's crying. She
Right.
stuck with me.
Right.
She went through the thick and thin. She still was there. You know, even my prison bids, and she sent me money, made sure I was straight.
Right.
Even though I had done dogged her and she caught me cheating and this and that. So I just come to my senses. You know, this is a keeper. You know, I'm out here running around with all these women because they fine and look good, got a nice body. You know what I'm saying? I'm hustling, tricking off, trying to take care of those women. And I got a good woman here in my face. So reality just snapped in. So I got my stuff together, and I'm proud. I'm proud I got married, and I'm proud I married to her.
How
You
long you
know,
been
I
married?
stopped doing. I've been married 2.5 years. March will be 3.
Your daughter want to give a shout out to Latasha. She want to say she's a very good woman, and that's good. And then one thing about Nucci, I love the way he just owns it. I need y'all men to follow this. Follow this with me if you please. He owns it. He owns that he knew he was dogging the woman. He owns that he knew he was doing a lot of trifling things that most women wouldn't have stayed in the turf with him on. And even when he had to go down a bit, she stayed down. So at some point he realized what he had. That's a sound man. I respect that. Most of y'all would deny what you do, but he was solid right then. When that question came to his throat, he answered. I like that.
Yeah,
if you're a beast, be a beast.
that's what true men do. A true man would do that. A true man, they must admit to their mistakes. Be smart enough to profit from their mistakes.
Right.
And they ought to be strong enough to correct their mistakes. That's a true man.
Let me see.
So I think over the years I have done those 3 things.
Right. Right.
You know, I admitted to my mistakes. I was smart enough to profit from my mistakes instead of running over this lady, treat her all kind of way. I got with this lady so we can have things together. You know, I got a great income. She got a decent income. You know, and we together on a lot of things.
Right. I like that. Let me get some of these people. Bella Dama and Maurice Percy Williams. Hey Benita, you know I love you. She says she's a wholesome woman. Apollonia, don't you start about these men because we done talked about how these men are. We have to understand that when people just ain't ready to change, you just can't wrap yourself around them and let them drag you down. People will change when they can see that the change is needed. And sometimes you have to get out the way and just let them self-destruct if they will not change. But you can't dig your heels in if you know an individual isn't ready to change. You got to decide. Now you can stay down because some women will, and then you get the prize at the end if that's what you choose. Or you could be like me and hop on another nigga because I'm not gonna stay down. So, oh well. I love the women that stay down. I appreciate y'all. I think that's remarkable. No, I got to. I'm gonna have to get somebody else. I know my patience, so that's the reason I say it that way because that is a choice in that moment. And I want women to understand that you can get to the prize, you can get to the man mindset, like he said, and quit it. But I mean, if it break you before he get there, then what?
Yeah,
I be built.
that's true too.
I just was built for it. So that's all I can tell you on that. So I'm proud that she was able to do that. I didn't get a chance to see her because I know she's ill and she was supposed to be on with us. But I do want to give a shout out to her and let her know that I think that she's a remarkable young woman to have been able to endure that and still carry that love for you that she has. So I'm glad you realized it. I really am. So with that, I want to talk about grandkids. How everybody's getting grandkids, but the queen is still none. I want to keep it that way. But how is grandkids? What's that like? What's that about?
I love her to death. I was hoping I have a grand boy, but I got a little girl, and I love her to death.
You probably still
I'm talking about
that grand boy. You know how it is with that. Look at the draw.
Yeah. So God bless me with a friend, you know, and I'm proud to be living to see that happen, you know, over my course of years living rough. You know, I'm proud to be out to see that happen, alive.
Right.
You know, and I'm blessed that I'm able to be here to do something for her. I'm able to do something for her.
Right.
You know, a lot of men can't say that.
1 second. So, hey, Percy Williams, how are you? Jeff Baker said, Nucci Wilder, you know how that go. And then Apollonia said, most men just know the right thing to say at the right time. Trust me. Well, again, Apollonia, and I say this all the time, why they know the right thing to say? Why you listening? No matter what somebody say to you, don't mean that you got to listen. To me, you don't know what to listen to. If you listen, you don't have to listen to everything somebody says. You know, you have to determine what makes sense.
And you got to think about
your phone
a
back.
parent can talk.
Pull your phone back, Nucci, because it's grinding. Pull your phone back, yeah, because it's grinding. Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all I can say. And I tell people all the time, you have common sense. You know what you see when you see it. You know what's going on when it's going on. You ain't shocked. So when these people do all these godforsaken things that they do, you have a choice. Either you're going to deal with it or you're not. And I hate women, I tell them all the time, that do all this cutting food when you know you ain't going no doggone well. That's what get me. If I was your man, you do all that cutting food, and you do all that gyrating, and then the mind you purr right back up in this bed with me, I would dog you out too. Because it don't make no sense. If you're not going to leave, then don't say nothing.
That's right. You right.
Because if that man is doing something, or that woman, whoever's doing it, and neither one of them wants to stop the behavior, then the person that is accepting the behavior has a choice. You either stay and shut up because it's aggravating, or go. That's it. Nobody don't want to hear that every day. You can't change that if you're going to stay shut up. If you ain't going to stay, pack and go. Go and go to your mama or your grandma's house so you can get another living room set to move in somebody's apartment. What you keep putting out with it for?
Right.
I can't go no further because that. You got to know what you want. You got to know. And that's just that. I don't man tell me. He can tell me whatever he want to tell me. He don't decide that. Why would I let him tell me something that I already know he ain't gonna do? No. You got to know if you solid. And when you hear BS, you have to say, I know you just fed me some BS. I want you to know that. But since you're real good in bed, my God, you're good in bed, I'm gonna listen. That's what I say. And then I go on. Boom. I be something they talking about. You gotta get over there or something. So I love that though. Nucci, I love the fact that you can say where you was at when you was in a bad place in terms of a man. But this is what I'm going to also say. Yes, he fixed it, but sometimes if we could get to these men that just tell you they ain't ready to be no good man right now, that could save some women who are not able to make the choice on their own. Some women need to be pushed out of the relationship. Some of them want to walk out. Some of them need to be just give a good show. And that would mean the man would need to say, look, dummy, I'm not ready to settle down. Push, right there. Because that ain't going to go. So, that's all I know. That's all I know. What's going on, Barbara? You know I love you. Carlico, you don't want to change your doggone name on me. I've been wondering where you been, Carlico. That's what you do. That doggone Carlico back. I ain't know who that was. Talking about some Bella Dammer. I'm like, what? Carlico. Trees, on you going hard, and we love you. The boy Breezy, Sabrina Johnson, Adrian. What's going on, Miss Brenda Hill? You know I love you. Yeah. Lorenzo Griffin, how you doing? Let me see if I got anyone. Okay. I always tell people, you don't gotta believe me. Then get you some tissue and keep dating. You'll find out for yourself. That's all you gotta do. You'll come back and say that go and tell no doggone lie. My boy keep it real right. He do, John. That's why I love him. Keisha Williams said, tell her sometimes that man don't say nothing that's the hurt. So I'll take the part they say right. Hold on. Yeah, I get it. They do try to say the right thing at the right time, but I just don't never hear. I don't hear anything. I think I got attention deficit. I got ADHD and ADHD, so I never have these issues because I have attention deficit to BS. I really do. I have attention deficit to anybody who is over the age of 3 that do BS. If you're 3 years old and above and you're capable of doing BS, I have attention deficit. So I might not understand the way other women understand, but I would never understand a man just telling me a bunch of horse manure. I wouldn't understand. What's going on, Mr. Stacy Barsdale? How are you? Each way, sometimes we gotta stick and stay. You somebody stick and stay with a man that's dogging you out? I mean, again, I always tell women, if you built for the behavior, which is really abuse, but if you built for it, and you want to go through it, fine with me. But I do not look this good because I'm letting some doggone man dog me out.
Right.
It's up to you. You're gonna wear it one way or another. You're gonna wear it. So if you choose to stay, Black Lives Matter, stay. I'm not staying. I don't care what he's talking about. I don't care what he's talking about. I don't care what house we got. I don't care what car we got. I don't care what applehead kids we got. I don't care about your grandma being sick. I don't care about none of that. Jesus. You better get that duffel bag, boy, and get out of my house. That's what you better do. It's gonna be some problems. All women feel that they got to pick up the torch to stand behind a no good behind man until he get it right. I support you. I do, because you got a journey to go through, and I hope it don't break you. That's all I can say. Hope it don't break you. Hope it don't break you. Hi, you still ain't told me whether I'm gonna be able to get you or not. Hi, I want you to come on with Tony. Come on with Tony so I can ask these questions I want to know. Hi, please. Come with Tony, because if you don't, your name gonna sound like a hot cake. I'm calling it all night. Hey, Miss Vicky Green, how are you? I love you. Hey, Sean Gibbons. Hey, Treese Wells. Miss Brenda said, not a thing, baby. Hope and pray all is well. Okay, thank you. What's going on, James and Shawan? They're going to be on my sports show. Say it a little louder, cuz, for the ones in the back. I mean, again, I done said it, and most people can feel however they want to feel. But this comes from me going through this at an early age. I done been dealing with men since I could try to speak. So I'm not gonna let no man run me down because he don't want to do right. And I get it. I get it when your heart tied up in it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to let it go. You don't want to see him with nobody else. But now, you starting to look bad. You might as well see him with somebody else because he might tear you up through them. You starting to look real bad. And you don't want to do nothing but sit around the house and rub your hands together whining about the fact that he's going around with everybody in the doggone What good does that do? And you make all these threats and demands, knowing you ain't going nowhere. That would get me. I say it because no, any man who deal with me, no, I ain't telling no lie. You do that trifling stuff to me. I'll wager war in your life for 20 years. You will never forget my name if you start that pussy with me. You can do whatever you say you're gonna do, but you're still gonna get it. You're still gonna get it. It is what it is. Nobody ain't got to amp nothing up for no show. Do it. Let's do it today. Let's find out how they gonna go for you. That's what I say. Because I'm with that. Nobody ain't sitting up in here crying about you because you going around. No. And I ain't gonna sit up here and let you do whatever you want to do with God knows who, and then just keep flocking over me. No.
That's right.
So I don't say nothing. I'm hanging in there. But I know plenty of women in that casket from hanging in there. I know plenty of women sick in their body from hanging in there. Yeah, right. I do. But hang in there. I ain't doing it. You can go. That's what you can do. So whatever. That's what they saying. And she said, Keisha said he stayed with her and made her his wife versus all the other women, someone that he didn't know. Again, I try to be fair, so I want to make sure I don't say anything to anybody that they don't understand. And let me take you out of the equation. Let me use myself as the example. If I go with a man in 1986, and for 20 years he hold around on me, all the women in the streets is laying up with him, children all over the country, bikers and poor. He dogged me out, never gave me no respect. But once he realized that nobody else was going to be the woman that I am, that stay there when he's sick, that's there when he broke, that's there when he needs work and wisdom and understanding, that's praying with him at night. And he waited 20 years till he get through flocking over everybody to give me a wedding dress. Ain't no way. I don't call that a prize. I don't call it a prize. But that's what you got from that experience. Head on to the altar. Not me. Not me. Why it took you that long to realize what I was? That's all I got with it. If you want to stay, hey. But I ain't staying. I'm gonna have somebody daddy last night. It won't be that nigga. That's what I know. It won't be him. But whatever. Let me see what they say. Think about yourself and love yourself, plenty of vision. That's what I always say. I always say that. And don't think that I ain't been through the gutter with men. I have. But I give them what they give me, a hard time. That's what I do. He did the right thing. Of course he did, because that's what worked out for him and her. But I can pretty much assure you that she would probably say she had days where it was more than what she wanted to bear. Probably. So, I mean, I couldn't say. What's going on there in homes? But he made the right choice in God's eyes. You work for God, Keisha. And I told you about putting God on my life on this stuff that ain't got nothing to do with God. How you know what he made the right choice? God tell you that he made the right choice. Well, I hate when y'all do that, because that means you're actually speaking as if you have had this conversation with God. That would be, I try to tell people, don't do that. Do not do that. Not here, because that bothers me. I don't have no conversation to prove that he made the right choice in God's eyes. So we say that God is doing something, that means that we understand, we see what God is thinking, and we know not of that. We don't know nothing of what God is thinking. So how do we know that he made the right choice in God's eyes? We don't know that. We don't know that. So, I mean, and he still got to be judged on the 20 years or however many years he done the wrong thing. So I don't know that. But I agree that whatever he chooses, once you get to a place that you want to clean it up, you just need to say that you cleaned it up. And then you wait for that judgment, because I don't know whether he made whatever he's doing, he's just doing it until like he said, until he comes to a point that he want to clean it up. What's going on, Tamara? But I just don't like it when we do God, because that's tricky. Because I come from the church, and I'm very funny about what I let go out about God, because I'm not. He ain't told me. He told us none of this stuff. And he wouldn't be in none of this stuff no way, because they were not even married then. So they were fornicating. He was wholehearted. So God wouldn't have been in that for that time frame that was going on. I'd be confused. So it shouldn't take that long to figure it out. It shouldn't take that long, but sometimes you got to give people the time that they need. And that's all I'm saying. If I meet a man and he's just honest enough to tell me I'm not ready to get in a serious relationship, I'm not going to pressure him. I'm going to tell him I understand. But I'm talking about these no good men who won't tell you that. And then they just play with you for years and years and years and years and years, so you allow it. So that's what I was talking about. But no, it shouldn't take that long. But sometimes for some people it do. Some people it do. Let me get the rest of these questions.
Oh God, Jesus.
Man, how you doing? He had to get it right. He had to get right first. He could have married her while he was doing wrong, but he didn't. I'm talking about the marriage standing before God with his vows. Whatever you feel in that area, right there, Keisha, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I mean, whatever you feel in the area, I'm good with it. All I can say is, God is not present in our treacherous waters when we're dirty. The things that you do when you're in treacherous water, God is not in there. And if you go to God about a relationship, and he tell you that that's the person that he wants you with, I leave that up between you and him when you get ready to be judged. He'll tell you whether he said that or not. I leave it there. When people come and tell me, God, I believe I'm the man God sent you, I don't believe that. I really don't, because he ain't done his work on me. So why would God send a man to me when he know I ain't done what I need to do to be godly? So when men tell me that, I know they just want some draws. But they were probably going to get some draws anyway, but now that you lie on God, you definitely ain't get it. Because you lie on God, and I ain't been to be with you while you lying on God. And you know, struck us both down crazy. And I tell them, you lying on God to get some draws. And get out of here. Boy, you better go and get out your car. We might have a massive wreck. We don't know. You telling us, oh God, that I'm going to live with you, boy, quit. No. Don't tell me nothing about God if you're trying to get with me. He ain't gonna be in that sentence that we fornicating. And I'm over here trying to get in all these different positions, and this doggone wig about to fly off my head. It's hot, sweat, dropping down my eyebrows, rubbing off. God ain't in that. But then you gonna tell me that you think you the man God told you to go. No, you're not. You Satan. And you trying to get me in trouble with God. So I'm not gonna even give you none. Now I can't give you none in peace. I already had to repent, and then you done made it bad. Cause now I know I was gonna do wrong. But now I got to think about that. Boy, you must go back there and get all that hooping and hollering for that I wanted to do. I think about it. I said, that's all right. I don't want to give you none. Cause you don't go. That's all I can give you on that. Cause they do. And you done found it. I'm the man right here. I love God. What you doing with God if you love him so much? What you doing? That's my answer. So that's how I feel about that. But I believe that you can say now that from what you're saying that you have changed, and I applaud you on that. And I believe that the woman you have is a soldier in what she's doing, because she was able to withstand trying to get her position with you solidified as a wife. I'll give y'all that. That's all. I'm funny. I come from the church. You ain't gonna tell me anything. And I don't let men do that. Y'all gotta stop these people in mid-sentence. If y'all was to just listen to some of the stuff people tell y'all wouldn't be talking with all this foolishness anyway. You can hear the enemy as soon as they open their mouth if you was to listen. But a lot of women and a lot of men are so ready to get somebody. You so tired of being lonely. You so tired of being hurt. Let me be lonely. Let me be lonely. If you think you're lonely, nah, wait until tonight. You know, my whole dog greasy. Because you don't come over here with all that doggone foolishness that you lying about with God. No. So I don't do that. I don't do that. And people who start sentence with me, talking about God told them something, I tell them, hush. He's a mighty God. He told you, he'll tell me. Why he stopped by your house so much? He didn't tell your granddaughter pregnant. Did he tell you Ruth was still hanging out over there over Sister Sally's house? It looked like I saw him over there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Did God tell you that? Why he was over here telling you everything that I'm doing? He's a mighty God. He would have told you that. He ain't showing you nothing at your house. Did he tell you y'all about to be foreclosed on y'all land? Cause Ruth was giving your money over here to Amy. He ain't tell you that though. But he got you over here worried about me old money. That's what I say. Soon they ask me something. I'm not that one. Don't come up on me with foolishness. Don't come up on me with foolishness. Everybody got to discern the spirit. You need to get it connected. It'll tell you when you're doing wrong. You got one. And if you ain't got no discerning spirit, then you just got a bunch of demons. So then you definitely ain't got to worry about nothing because you'll find out for sure where you're going to be dead. I ain't gonna let you have me all looking stupid. Nucha, that's why you got to know something, Nucha. I'm so glad you said that last part, which was you trying to get a connection with who? Who you say you trying to get a connection with, Nucha?
God.
Who you say you trying to get a connection? You say you trying to get a connection with God.
That's right.
That's the most important part of the whole paragraph.
That's right.
People, you got to know it for yourself. So I love that. So now that you have made this change, what is it that you bring to the table? What is it that you think is the best version of you? What do you see for your future within the next year or 2 years? What do you want to see change for you and your lifestyle that you have now? What's going on, Mr. Vincent Miller? You know I love you. Yeah. I love you too, Tamara, because I keep it 100. It is what it is.
What I see in the future now. This is what I see in the future now. I just study focus on my grandchild.
Stop going on with your phone. Stop going on with your phone and grinding again.
Okay, what I see in the future now is I'm focused on my grandchild. Nothing but her. So I work overtime for her. I want to see her have a, nice, successful life. And don't have a guy like I used to be. Or she don't have to settle for a cat like what I used to be, or men for money, or, she don't put herself in that situation. That's my job to, give her some kind of outcome that she don't have to do that. I can set the tone for that.
You might have to pick your phone up.
Yeah. How about now?
You might have to pick your phone up and hold it because it's grinding.
Okay, how about now?
It's grinding. It still got a grind in it. Go.
I don't know what's up.
I want to make sure they can hear you. You've been saying some good, fruitful stuff.
How I'm sounding now?
Go ahead, try it now.
Yeah, like I was saying before, my grandchild is my role model now. That's what I live for. That's what I work overtime for. Bust my butt for, so she won't have to have a nigga like I used to be, or settle for a cat like I used to be, So those are my intentions now. I'm living for her. Besides my wife, I'm living for her. That's the most important thing in my life at this point now. Making sure.
It's a little bad that's coming in from that side. It could just be the area or whatever going on in that area with the phone line. So I apologize for that. But I will reiterate on what he said, which was that he is striving to do better for his granddaughter so that his granddaughter does not have to settle for a cat the way he used to be. And so that his wife and him can enjoy the fruits of their labor that they have tried and worked so hard for. And that is a very good mindset to have, because you do want your grandkids to be better than you are. You do want them to have and never go through the things that you had to go through. So that is a plus in that area. A lot of times I think that when people can't see the error of their own ways, they don't see the error of their own ways, then they're not willing to look at the fact that you can't direct nobody to do anything different when you are lost. You are lost. As long as you are lost, you don't need to be trying to direct nobody nowhere. Because that's just not working. You're lost yourself. And then you got to figure out why you lost. And then you got to figure out the way to get you out of the area that you lost in and get you headed toward the direction where you could be found. So when people tell me stuff, I always just say to them, you can believe 2 M&Ms don't get you right together. One with a nut and one with not. I truly don't care. All I'm trying to say is that once you see that there is an error that you need to get in and try to see if you can embody, then do that. But if you're not willing to do that, then you can't be surprised at the outcome that you get when you deal with people, because people have a way of figuring out where you're weak at. People have a way of figuring out where they can box you in and have you doing everything under the sun that truly just benefits them. Half the time when people are doing things that they ain't got no business doing, it is an ultimate way for them to be the one that advance and you don't advance. But if you stay and you feel that that's what you need because you love them, and I say whatever, but I've never, I walked away from so many different relationships and marriages and whatever. No, I believe that if I see somebody try to break me, we're done. We're done. I couldn't. So that's where I'm at with that. And I've always been that way. I'll fight, I'll do whatever I ever would do, I would want to do. And I'll go up and pay you back what you do. But then it still ain't gonna matter if I ain't gonna be with you no more. So it ain't gonna matter. That's why I be asking, what is it that you think you're getting? If you do all that fussing and cutting the food, ain't gonna take the person right back. It don't make no sense to me. So, but I wanted to make sure that we put some on. What's going on, Gary Joe? You guys see and Marshall wanted to say, right, can't judge if you can't be judged yourself. But I think a lot of people love doing it. A lot of people just love having a bunch of stuff. But why your life so doggone messed up? What if you got all this doggone sense when you get on my damn life? What wrong with your doggone life? That would be getting me. But you don't tell me that. You tell me all this other stuff. But I want to know if you got this much doggone sense. What is it that, why you can't get nothing to work out? We need to figure that out so I can know what's going on. Because that's the most important. What is it that's going to take for your life to change? If your life doesn't change, then that means that you're not living it to the best of your ability. And if you keep letting people just suck you into this tunnel where everything is always being negative for you, then that's not a positive. And so I don't understand. And I alienate myself strategically from people so that I don't have to deal with their BS, because that is crazy. That's crazy to me. So anything from the audience, if you want to add, you can give me some of your insight. Where is it that you want to be? While y'all thinking on that, I'm gonna change the tune just a little bit. I saw my girl, Miss Calloway. You know I love you. You know your mama was here last night. Thank you, Sheila. You shut my show down real good last night. I love you, girl. You did good. I love you. Your numbers are looking good, so I appreciate you. But the Callaways are coming for my Valentine week party, so I love that. But they did put out some R. Kelly against Keith Sweat. I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. I don't care what R. Kelly did. You cannot touch that man. He's a musical genius. You can't put Keith Sweat up against no R. Kelly. Keith Sweat made 5 songs where he was whining. That's it. Your R. Kelly is the king.
Yeah.
Not Piper or R&B. He made everything. R. Kelly. I get it that we don't like what he did. I get that. But he's a beast, and you cannot discredit nothing that he made, because because of whatever his actions was.
You're right.
But you take, I mean, and I have to say like this, you got to look at a person's real talent. You take somebody like R. Kelly, he was a beast in R&B. He went into hip hop. He went into any area of music, and he mastered it. When he made songs for people, he mastered it. But when you take Keith Sweat, he was only good in singing R&B. He couldn't jump into rap, and he didn't do nothing else. He couldn't go and tell somebody to braid their hair like R. Kelly was doing. Somebody would braid his hair. He made a song about somebody that braided his doggone hair. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So Keith Sweat, I love it. Merry-go round and round. But he does nothing when Kelly yell at, "One, baby, climb on top of me." What? Knock me down and go to sleep. Kelly got on this side. I need to know what y'all feeling. Who I was with, Kelly, and who I was with, Keith Sweat. Tomorrow, R. Kelly. That's who it was. R. Kelly then, R. Kelly now, R. Kelly forever. R. Kelly forever. I'm talking about the man work. I ain't talking about what he do. I ain't talking about none of that. Because if you think about it, we cannot discredit Michael Jackson. We cannot discredit Whitney Houston. We cannot discredit these people because their behavior was jacked up.
That's right.
It was what they was. They was what they was, but we can't discredit them for that. We can only say that their behavior was jacked up. But they talent, stop it. But they ain't even got enough hits to even start going up against R. Kelly. R. Kelly's a beast. Don't get me wrong, he did some good songs. But not to be somebody R. Kelly. Man, stop. R. Kelly is the truth, and we know it. That sounds so good, man. On that star in the sky. Boy, he had every elementary school singing that song. They about to put the Pledge of Allegiance down and they just singing, "I'm a doggone star up in the sky. I made it." Yeah, everybody hollered they made it. I ain't see Keith Sweat do that with Merry-Go-Round. There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody. They didn't sing that. They showed on that doggone R. Kelly. Yeah. I believe I can fly. Oh, why you hearing? You know what's going on. He had me thinking I could touch the doggone sky. I didn't even know he was talking about Michael Jordan. Oh, beast. Something bigger than Michael Jordan. He made you really think that you could doggone fly. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Whatever. Kevin, all day. Chris Scott, what's going on, baby? You know I love you. So let me get, what's going on, Sheree Madball? What's going on, Jason Davis and Tommy out? Yeah, it's true, Tommy. Yeah, it's true. I hate when people do it, though. You guys be wanting to take people's talent from them because they go and do some jacked up mess. No. They talent still stand. Their talent still stand. It's sad that they discredit their talent. That's what we do when they do that. But no, their talent still stand. Michael Jackson, man, he put them shades on and come in here, boy. You forget all about Neverland. You just know Michael Jackson. That's it. So I just feel we got to be fair. But you can't put these people up against heavy hitters. And then, you know, because I don't know nobody that you can really put up against R. Kelly and say that they truly stand up against R. Kelly like that. I just was thinking, but I noticed they've been doing that a lot with different people. I mean, I didn't feel like they should have did it with Monica and Brandy. Brandy ain't got nothing on Monica. Brandy ain't got nothing on Monica. I like Brandy, but she ain't got nothing on no doggone Monica. She ain't got nothing on no Monica. I love Brandy. What you think? I like Brandy, but she ain't got nothing on no Monica.
No.
I feel like they wasn't fair when they put DMX up against Snoop Dogg. Why would you put DMX up against Snoop Dogg? wasn't a fair matchup.
No.
DMX is just aggressive and he's a beast. Snoop is my baby, but you know, Snoop just, man, Snoop Dogg, you know, I don't know, man. I ain't never really seen, I love Snoop to death and I love DMX, but I just didn't feel like they should have been paired up against each other. I just think these pairs, I don't know who's doing them, but they ain't put them together right, so I wanted to talk about it. But I had put that out too earlier because I got that from the Callaway because she labor daughter had put it up, and I wanted to know because a lot of people was trying to say Keith Sweat and this and another. No, he's a great man. He's music is fine, but he can't get enough real rock in it. So that's how I felt about that. What else did I have? What is it? I don't know. Do you feel you are compatible with the person you with right now sexually? Because I think that's the main thing that destroys marriages. You might want to listen. I believe, and I could be wrong for whoever your little raggedy marriage is, but I'm talking about what I believe. I believe that the fact that people are not sexually compatible is the first breakdown for bad marriage. What you think?
That's right. That's the number one thing. You know, you got to be kind of compatible in that area, because without that, it's gonna cause a man to go out and cheat or find a woman who are compatible to his sexual needs and his sexual standpoints.
Right.
You know.
Right. Now this is what I want you to do. I'm gonna leave my live up. You hang up and come back on. Let me see if it'll clear up your connection. You hang it up and log back in. Let me see if it'll clear up your connection. Because it's still grinding and I want them to hear you. Because I don't want your whole live messed up. So just hang up and come back in. Let me see what Mr. Miller said. R. Kelly is a beast. But Keith Sweat in the 80s, Soul Shack days, ladies asked you to slow dance. Then it was on. Look at this. You're right, it was on and popping. How it sound? Let me hear.
How it sounding now?
Say something new.
How it sounding now?
It sounds a little better, but it's still grinding.
I wonder why.
I don't know what it is. But we're trying to see. Man, Keith Sweat. You couldn't do nothing with no R. Kelly. I don't know about that, Mr. Miller. I want to agree with you a little bit, but when I heard R. Kelly asked me, did I want to go half on a baby? When he asked me that, when he told me my body was telling me, my mind telling me no, but my body is telling me yeah. I don't know what you talking about. I couldn't do nothing when he said that. I just was like,
yeah.
What's up? You heard that jump. You know what time it was. Keith Sweat was good. Keith Sweat was good when he would say, it's just one damn thing. And I gotta get used to, baby. No. And Kelly would come right back and say, he would start with that doggone after Kelly did that, then he would start with that. Well, Keith Sweat would say, how deep is your love? Yes, he would. But then Kelly would say, who was with Mr. Biggs? Keep it on the down low. Kelly didn't want nobody to know. Hey, let's do it. That's what I'm talking about, Kelly. I ain't fooling with you, Mr. Miller. I got too much of this up here. I'm a lyrical genius like Kelly. No. You heard that? Keep it on the down low. Oh, hey. I love it. So now, come on, Mr. Miller. Bring it. I'm ready. You want to go neck and neck with me by Kelly? Let's go. What else you got? Come on. Bring it. I love that man. Love him, boy. He good with me. I get that he done some bad things, but beast. So Kelly got my side. Kelly got my side. I love Keith Sweat, but Kelly is riding Kelly. So that's what I wanted to know about with that. So I'm glad that you see, because I be putting stuff out, and then I've been putting these games out where you guys got to try to see what the picture is different. So I try to make sure I get one of those games in tomorrow night to see if we can tell all the things that people found different. My dumb butt couldn't find half of them. I had to get somebody cheap for me and tell me what the doggone things was that y'all was seeing. I could not see none of that stuff on them doggone pictures. And I was looking hard. But when I put the two pictures side by side, I couldn't see nothing that showed me no difference. So it was hard for me, but we're gonna go over those and talk about that too. So, but that's what we were saying, that we believe that when you're not compatible sexually, if you marry the person, then that's the first stage for breaking up that foundation, because you know you can only do something so long before somebody starts feeling like I'm gonna have to do something outside of here. And once the person starts doing something outside of your situation, then it usually makes everything else go bad. And that is the reason why I asked. And people might say, well, you asked that. I asked that because 9 times out of 10, if you was to truly get to the husband and ask him where his issue is, he's going to tell you sexually. If you get to the wife, if she's the one that's more sexual and ask where the issue is, then she's probably going to tell you that it's probably sexual, because that's the first part that usually starts making people pull apart. So that's why I asked. That's why I asked. I want to know. I want to get that information right together. Yeah. So how long you say you've been married now?
Well, March the 2nd will be 3 years. But I'm going to tell you something. You know who's supposed to be my wife? It's finna shock you. I normally don't call names, but I ain't no shame in my game. Sheik Mayo supposed to be my wife.
Hold on, let me get my, hold on, my God, I don't know this man ain't tired. This man ain't got this tonight, God the Father. I'm going to hold my mute. Yes, it did go down. Hold on, Jesus. No, Jay.
Huh?
I'm going to ask you a question. Where's your wife at?
She know. Yeah, she know. We don't hide nothing. Me and my wife don't hide anything. We straight up.
Get your wife.
Yeah.
She'll tell
you that.
Lord Jesus, I don't know what to say behind that. I don't know what to say behind that, God the Father. Look, you a beast. I don't met no man like you. I've been in that kitchen getting some hot grease together right now. God, you look like Alvarine.
Yeah, I don't need the sugar cane.
Oh, please don't you. I had that good. I had that doggone. God, y'all want to hear what he said. Wait. Shake up. Shake up.
She knows.
You know what you just said. Where is Sheikah Mayo? Hold on, Jesus. Where's my other devices, God? Where is Sheikah Mayo? Somebody call Sheikah Mayo for me, please, and tell Sheikah to say shit. Let me try to get Sheikah. God, I'm going to be a star neutral. You're going to make me, you're going to. I ain't never seen no man do what you did. No, let me tell you something. Boy, we've been fighting right now. Stop from that. Sheikah. Where is Sheikah? No, turn your body down just a swing, because these people want to hear what you say. They can't hear you because they're violent.
Oh, they can hear?
But I want you to say it again. Can you do something with that phone? No, I needed to get clear.
How about it now?
It's crying so bad.
Damn, I don't know what's up with it.
Okay, I'm going to guide you.
I don't know what's up with it.
Say it again, don't you?
Sheiky male.
So bad they can't hear you.
I said Sheiky male supposed to be my wife.
Was supposed to be your wife.
You know her?
Do I know? Let me get Sheikah. Hold on. Let me get Sheikah. Let me get my girl. Cause this is, I never thought this kind of tea. You about to put my shoulder back. You a bad man. I used to say you was a bad man, but tonight, Nucci said, Sheikah Mayo is supposed to have been his wife. That's what he just said to me. Twice. And his wife is in the room. Let me buy Sheikah. Jesus God. Hold on, Father. This is getting too good for me. I got to get Sheikah. Ain't no way in the world where she went. She ain't even had no business getting on my doggone live. Let me find out where she is. My God. I'm going to be a star. This is going to set me on the map. I knew you would bring it, Nucci. I knew you that. Nucci, I knew you would bring it. I knew you would give me everything that I needed. Let me get my girl Sheikah. I know you will give me everything I need, God the Father. Where is Sheikah? Sheikah. Are you on my doggone live? But did you hear what Nucci said? Nucci just said on live that you was supposed to have been his wife. He called your full name. Sheikah, we still on live. Sheikah, he sitting right here looking at me like he don't understand he done said something. He's sitting right here looking dead in my face and bowing his damn head. I got me cussing. Nucci is on my screen. And I was asking him about Sheikah. That Sheikah Mayo was supposed to be his wife. Like he don't understand. You need to. You need to. You need to. Jesus. But now Sheikah must didn't know this. Sheikah must ain't know she was supposed to be your wife.
She really did.
Sheikah knew this.
I'm gonna keep it real. She really did. I never said anything to her.
You didn't. Thank you, please. Oh, you never said anything to her. Okay. God, you had them doggone took me up East Round River. Lord have mercy, Jesus. He is crazy. Nucci.
Hey, we are grown. Ain't no need to sugarcoat nothing. It is what it is. If you can't be straight up, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to sugarcoat it.
I'm so doggone. Done in this moment. It's rare that somebody shed my doggone my name, my little wig up. Well, I ain't got no other choice. We won't call her name no more. We know who you're talking about. Why was she supposed to have been your wife?
I really was crazy about her back in the day. I liked her a whole lot. Matter of fact, I loved her a whole lot. I'm not ashamed to tell nobody that. You know, she hurted me, but we not gonna go through that. I don't want to put her out like that. You know what I'm saying? But she's kind of broke my heart. The things that she done back then. I put it to you like that.
I tell you
Now,
what, hang your
you
phone
understand
up.
what I'm saying?
Call me you on this. I'm finna call you on this because I need your phone to clear. I'm finna call you on this right here on your regular phone. Just hang that up. Because this here too juicy.
Okay.
Hang that up. I'm finna call you on something else. I'm finna call you on this here too doggone juicy. This here too doggone juicy. Hold on. This here too juicy. I got here all of this. This don't make sense. I can't stand. Hold on. Thank you. No, Jay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm finna call you. Hang that up. Hang that up.
All right.
So hang that up, Nooch. You need to come get your daddy. You need to come get your daddy. I don't know what your daddy done doggone. This is good. You not going to give me this kind of doggone tea. I swear I ain't never seen that like this in my life. I can't make this kind of mess up. What do? I can't make this kind of mess up. I didn't even see that coming. Flew right on my wig. I didn't even see right on my wig. What is he doing? I mean, flew right on my wig. Ooh, maybe he might not need to come back down. He might not come back on. Hey, that's Nucci. I know he. I swear I don't even know what to say. I'm in a moment right now, people. All I'm trying to do is just figure out how I can diffuse what this man done said to me on this doggone live. I had no clue I was gonna get that tonight. Only if you don't know me, you know me now. Here it was. We thought we knew what Nucci was thinking and what Nucci got on his doggone mind. If you don't know me, you know me now. I never saw that one coming. I didn't see that. No, Nucci, you can't calm me down. You can't calm me down. You can't start calling me from something else. You can't call me from it now. You're gonna have to answer this. You have to answer this. Can't call me from it now. Jesus. You guys, I can't make this stuff up. It is only in America. Only in America. Call your daddy, baby, and tell your daddy I said answer this cell phone on Messenger. Call your daddy. Tell him he can't come in my life. Tell him he got to answer this phone on Messenger. So call your daddy and tell him that. Because there's something wrong with your phone. But tell him he got to call me on live. No, I mean not live. On the message, tell him to answer. Go call it, baby. Help him, Jesus. Let me talk about something else. First of all, I want to say, I don't know how we get to the places we get to, or if you don't know me, you know me now, but evidently we done got to him. Nucci done set my doggone show on fire tonight. I was not expecting that. I don't know why he ran back in that chair and gave me 100 like that, because that was not what I was expecting to get, God. And I would be the first to say that I'm floored. I'm floored. I am, and I always try to be, it come out, so I didn't even realize it come out. I don't know. But whatever. Let me try to see. This is what I'm gonna say to this kind of stuff. This is just got off the phone with him, by the way. He about to answer. Please make him answer. Hello? Let me see if I get some volume. Hold on. Let me put you on my doggone thing. Let me put you on my doggone thing. Hold on. That way they can hear you. Because your phone was doing some crazy stuff. Nadia! How do I get it right here to play on here? That doggone child of mine. I need it on the speaker, Naya. No, because he can lie and stuff. Come put on this. Girl, let me see. No, Chad. I'm trying to get you. I need it on there. Is that recording? Yes. Oh my God. You put it that way. Over there. Dang. Put this up there. Make this come on there. Make that come on there. Did it? Turn it up. Let me see. See if it says something. Don't you? It ain't gonna put him on here. Why not? It's not gonna work. Why? You cannot connect. Then if you do, you're not gonna be able to hear you. What? Don't you? So just put him next to that it's phone. Not loud no more. I'm saying, because it's an iPod. Just put him down here and they'll be able to hear him. No check. Not like that. Well, sweetheart, I don't know. It's not gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work, but you're gonna be able to. I was trying to put it back on the but it should come through down. But it's not gonna come. But my daughter keeps saying they're gonna come through my other speaker. But I can't hear you like that. I don't know what you done and how you went left. But go ahead and try to tell me the best of my ability. Don't call no more names. My God, Jesus. But where that came from and why you never told the person? Where that came from and why you never told the person? Well, I need this job to be like. Can y'all hear Nucci? Oh my God. Can y'all hear Nucci? No. Give me this. Is your Bluetooth on this? Yeah. Disconnected. Say, well, what's not connected to? What's not connected to? Boy, I'm trying to get Nucci. Y'all got to give me so many technical difficulties. When the bomb get dropped, is this on? You can turn it on. Turn it down some. Turn it down like this. And turn it down some. You boy, when a bomb get dropped in my lap, I don't know what to do. I got to try to See, I told you it's not gonna connect. It connected before. It connected before. Yes, but it's not working. Give it here. I don't know, Nucci. I don't know if I'm able to get you in like this. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Nucci. I just don't know why it's not loud no more. So you had him talking on here, basically. Is that what you're saying? Yes, he could talk on that. It should Bluetooth over there and it should just come out. But it's not. Yeah, because it's not meant for that. Okay, that's okay. But if it's in music, it's the same sound. So that's why I don't know. No, let me see. I'm going to try to figure something out. On the tablet. Maybe the tablet. Let me see this tablet. Hang on, Nucci. Let me see this tablet going to be loud. Jesus, this is crazy. I ain't never in my life. But only, how do I get to him, like? Oh, there you go, right there. I don't even drink, and I need a drink. They said they can hear. I'm finna get him in there. But they can hear him. That sound more louder. I'm gonna need a strong shot. Why he not answering the phone? Tell Nucci to answer the phone. Tell your dad to answer the phone, baby. Oh God. I ain't never seen that like this in my life. All my days. I did tell you to be honest, but I didn't know you were gonna be that doggone honest. I tell everybody to be honest. Maybe I need to start telling y'all, don't be so honest. Jesus. Maybe it's something. No, it didn't. You should answer that. Tell your daddy to answer the phone and I'm calling him on, baby. You done made me hot. Cause this get hot. Yeah. Give me a real answer, bitch. Well, I'm trying to make sure you log in to your account. I don't got a log. Oh, he just ready. Tell him to answer the phone.
I did.
Call it back on out. Boy, I didn't expect how
Did another call.
I did not expect how these technical difficulties.
Oh, now we need another call.
Okay, baby. Notion. All right. That might be a little louder. You're gonna have to talk for right there. So, okay, this is my thing. I did say be honest. I always say be honest. But you shot me. Why you didn't tell me this one-on-one? Yeah, but I'm just saying, when I talked to you the other day, you should have told me that you were going to drop a big old bomb like that. You should have warned me for that. What? You should have warned me for that. Well, you not done it now. So my thing is, why have you kept that all these years? If that's the way you felt, then in my opinion, you married to the wrong woman. Oh, I wouldn't be the response. You don't put yourself out here in this swamp. You're going to have to get yourself from out there. Because you done made a statement that does not fit anything that you should be saying, honestly. But I understand. And I understand you need to get it out. You need to say what you feel. But if you feel that way and it's still pressing you to this moment that you would make such a statement, yeah, you better. Right. So why you didn't tell her that though? So she would have known. Right. Mm. 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 She should have known that before you made the announcement tonight. Okay, but still, there should have been something that was said to her before you said it to the world tonight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love you as a brother, so I'm gonna always try to help dig out this ditch that you done so gratefully put yourself in. But what I'm saying to you is, I can't change the way you feel, and nobody else can either. And you have a right to express it. It's your feeling. You have a right to your story, no matter how jacked up it may be in some areas. You still have a right to your story. But what I am saying is that you have to be able to have expressed that to the person before you express that to the world. Like, yeah, and then for me, she, you know, when we on this live, I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know, you know, where you might go or where your mind might be, but you gotta carry me. You gotta help me to know that you feel a certain way, or that I might need to help you in that area before we do what we do tonight, like that, because that's if a man said that to me, if I heard a man say that to me on live and I was married to him, we would be divorced in the morning. And that's 100. If a man, if I sat down and I heard my husband say what you said, we would be divorced in the morning. Or the sun could crack the doggone dawn. So I don't know. I just feel like that is a conversation you're gonna have to have. That's a big. I mean, when people have done you wrong and you carry it, that's a hurt you have to tell people so you can let it go properly. You have to let it go properly, and that's the reason why I do these shows. I don't do these shows to be picky or petty. I do these shows to make you realize that if you don't be honest, my God, if you don't be honest about what it is that you truly feel, you destroy everybody in the process of you not being honest. That's the reason If when men ask me, do I love them? No, I don't love you now. I'm gonna lay up with you, but I don't love you. I don't love you. I want to lay up, but let's be clear. I mean, it's something about being honest that carries the right recipe. But when you're not honest, it's the recipe for disaster. And I mean, you can't hold nothing like that. You can't hold nothing like that for all these years. Quick question. 1 second. Let me try to get some of these statements. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go back up. So, you choose the wrong person for this. LOL. What I said at the beginning. You right, he too direct, baby. I didn't know what you meant about your dad, but I know Newton, but Newton done shot the queen. And it's very rare that somebody shot the queen, but he told me I'll do that a few minutes ago. I'm gonna give him that. Quick question. How do you feel now? Because obviously it's still on your head and heart, Daddy. That's from your daughter. Your daughter want to know, how do you feel now about that situation? Because obviously it's still on your head and on your heart. So how do you feel about that? So you drop a bomb like Hiroshima and you call it spice? You call it spice? Right. I'm gonna tell you something, baby. If I ain't never met a real man tonight, you beyond a beast. I always holler I'm a beast on a beast. But Nuche, tonight, for you to sit back in that doggone lounge chair, crossed up like you was, and you just unearthed that with sheer negligence to nobody around you, it was like you just, man, I don't know how you did it, but I give you the utmost respect. But you did that. So what I can say from that is, people, I'm gonna say this again. If you love somebody, if you know you're not in love with the right person, if somebody hurt you when you were growing up, you need to fix that before you get in any other relationship. You need to fix that. You need to fix that. Because when you don't fix it and you carry all these years of whatever, you go on with your life, you marry other people, you do all these crazy things, you get grandkids, you do everything but make the truth right that you know in your heart. You fix it up for the street, you fix it up for us, but inside it's a disaster. You cannot live like that. You cannot live like that. So I did speak to you and say be truthful, and you've done that. So we'll move on. But my thing now is you put a bomb in Gideon, and you got to deal with that in some kind of way. In some kind of way. Yeah, you got to deal with that ASAP in some kind of way. Yeah, because your heart. What else you got for me? What? No. Let me make sure I want to know what I want. Let me think. Man, anybody got anything from the audience? Help me. Somebody say something to me. Help me carry me on through there. Ashanti Whitfield, somebody. So let me ask you this. How can you say that as boldly as you do from sitting where you at? I saw how you prepared. You did. Huh? Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Your daughter wants me to ask you, how do you feel about being married? Mm-hmm. 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 Right. I'm just a person that I try to do business the way business should be done, and yeah, yeah. Because I always talk to the people that I deal with, and I make it clear who I love. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It came out of a place of where it wasn't. It came out of a place that you wasn't even um in the mind that it will come out. Mhm. Yeah. I would feel some type of way, wouldn't you? If I was your wife, I would definitely feel some type of way. You better keep that wife. Mhm. Okay. Well, like I said, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I always try to be 100 on these shows, and I always try to figure out what you might gonna say or what you won't gonna say, but I would have never caught that. But in anybody's defense or anybody's misunderstanding, what you doing that phone, Nucci? They'll leave it on. In anybody's defense or anybody's understanding, I just feel that in that moment, that was a hurt that you just didn't realize that was still a hurt to you. So I'm going to let you go ahead and give me any closing statements if you got some, and then I'm gonna get ready to close. And I definitely try to have you back on so we can get this microphone thing situated. But if you don't got nothing to say, I'm gonna close, and then I'm gonna have you back on because that's some tea that you dropped in my lap. And I got to wait till I talk to my ace about it, see where we went with that. So I love you. I love you. I think you're gonna always be the king in my book. So stay out of trouble, and I will definitely call you tomorrow or probably tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna call you tonight. All right. I love you. Bye-bye. You guys, I don't have nothing else. I'm shocked that when I be telling people to understand how they feel, I want people to understand what they feel before we ever get to places where somebody just gotta let it go. I mean, when you're in that position and you gotta let it go, I guess you gotta let it go. I respect that about him. I think he's a great man. I don't know if I would have said it, but I know he's a great man for saying it. And I love to hear it. I always have. If I got anything anybody want to say before we get ready to go, let me call. Let me call first. LOL. You exactly right, girl. I'm gonna let you call first. I mean, I'm late. I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, and I do want to apologize for any other feed. If the feed was messed up when he was speaking, somehow it just got grainy. We had to try to figure out the devices to make it work. But we do what we can, and plus I'm looking at some more equipment and stuff so that way we can get on a very, very professional sound system level around here. So I want to make sure it gets to be that, but I have to wait on the people that love me the most to come over and bring my coins and help me get all the stuff I want. So I'm gonna say that I love everybody. Tomorrow night is gonna be my ace, Ricky Smith. Yes, it is. He's coming, so I want to make sure you guys know. Now tomorrow night I probably will not do a rendition. We'll come on at 8:00. Thursday night it will not be a show because I think I like it nasty. Let me double check. And then Friday night. Let me make sure I got this one right in my head. And then Friday night is Penny Patterson. And then Saturday night is the coaching corner. So if you haven't paid for the coaching corner, I put the cash app out. All you need to do is give me your full name. And when you log on that night, log on with your full name, not your phone name, nickname. I need your full name so we can cross-reference the payments. The cash app has been up. Same cash app is why I like it nasty. Just specify which class you want to be in, and I will get you in those classes. And we'll be taking that all the way up to the 20th, and that is for February. You're paying for February. The next payment will be in March. So, hey, we're gonna continue to open up door. We're gonna continue to get to the truth, and we're gonna continue to just. If you don't know me, you know me now. I'm gonna say a small prayer, and then we're gonna go. It's been an awesome show. I'm sorry about all the audio and everything, but we make it do what they do. But we just gonna pray. God will come to you as humble as we know how. Seeking the truth, Lord. Want to know when we need to be able to come forward with it. Want to know when we should come forward with it. And sometimes we just don't come forward when we should. But at the end of the day, God, we're asking that you keep everybody in sound mind so that they can be truthful. And that way they can get to be a better person and ultimately get to a place where they can try to serve you. All these things we ask in Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Seek the truth, whatever it may be. Find it in the right time. Find the truth when time is there. Don't let it be too late. All this other stuff. When the truth is always sitting right there. If you just speak the truth from the gate, then none of this stuff will have to intertwine like this. You just gotta be able to speak the truth. So, love everybody. Hope you enjoy the show. See y'all tomorrow night with Ricky Smith.